everyone, welcome to ACE Online. So we are back with a series on RRB JEE. As we all know that the tentative dates of RRB JEE examinations are from 6th of December till 13th of December 2024. So if you are preparing for such competitive exam, or maybe other than that, it may be some SSC based examination, some central state based examination, some banking level examination and many more, then please don't forget to share this particular link with them so that they can also join us and do practice with us. So in these sessions what we are going to do, we are just going to pick one topic like topic wise, or we are just selecting one topic in a day and we are just going to solve questions based on it, and we are just trying to understand what are the possibilities from that particular topic, and if there is any trick, so how we are going to solve that question with a particular trick, right? So without wasting much more time, let's start our today's class and let's see what we are having in coding decoding. And whenever we do talk about coding decoding, here we know that what we are having alphabets in it, right? What we are having? We are having alphabets, and what we need to do, we just need to change them with maybe with some certain code, with maybe some certain numbers and so many other things, right? So it's better if you will do learn the associated numbers of all the alphabets over here. So what kind of coding decoding, or what are the possible patterns that we are having under the coding decoding? Again, there are several patterns, but there are a few common patterns which we need to take here. So in the common patterns, we are having the straight one, right? We are having the diagonal one. In the diagonal one, we are also having this kind of pattern also. Like it's totally depends on the type of the variety or type of the question we are having. It may vary from question to question, right? But if we know the associated numbers, quite easy to identify the pattern and we can easily able to solve it. And many more. There are some common patterns which I have made on the board, but apart from these, there are several patterns which we can easily able to understand with the help of few examples which we are going to solve in today's class, right? So this is a very first question, and what we need to do, we just simply need to understand what is the pattern given over here, and accordingly what we need to do, we need to apply the same pattern with the given word, right? So in this particular question, the question is asking that or saying that in a certain code language, if the word partner is coded as this one, then what is the code for segment in that language? So what is the first step that we need to do whenever we are having this kind of questions? First, try to analyze what logic or what pattern is applied in this particular given clue. So here I am having partner, right? It has changed into O, Z, Q, S, M, D, Q, right? Now what is the next step? In the next step, what I am going to do, I am just going to write down the associated number of each and every alphabet that I have used over here. So here we are having 16, 1, 18, 20, 14, 5, 18, right? Now I am also going to write down the associated number of this one, 15, 26, 17, 19, 13, 4, 17. Now just by seeing these particular numbers, I can easily able to detect the pattern which is given over here. If you will see, I can easily able to identify which operation I have applied over here. It's just simply minus 1, right? Minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1 and minus 1. So overall, what operation I have applied? I applied the operation of minus 1. So I have to apply the same logic with the word segment. With the word segment, right? Now again what I am going to do, I am just going to write down the associated numbers. So 19, 5, 7, 13, 5, 14 and the 20. And what I have to do, I have to apply a minus 1 logic. So 19 minus 1, that means I'll get 18, and 18 is associated with R. So my answer should be start with R. Option number A is eliminated and we are left with the 3 more options. The next one, minus 1, 4. 4 is associated with D. Minus 1, it will become 6, and 6 is associated with F. That means R, D, F. Option number C is eliminated. Next, minus 1, 12. 12 is associated with L. Minus 1 again, that means 4, and 4 is associated with D again. That means again I need LD. This option is also eliminated. That means out of 4, 3 options are eliminated and we got our answer as option number B. If you will apply the minus 1 more over here, you will get 13. Here I'll get M. Here I'll get 19, and 19 is associated with S. So this is a way through which we can easily able to analyze the pattern, and we have to apply the same pattern in the given word, right? Let's see some more examples over here. So the next question, it says that in a certain code language, if the word rectangle is coded as this one, then how is the word rhombus coded in that language? Now again, what we need to do, we need to apply the same logic. First we need to identify the pattern or the logic which is given over here, and we have to apply the same thing with the given word, right? So here the word is rectangle. This rectangle word is changed into T, or is coded as T, G, E, V, C, P, I, N, G, right? Now 18, 5, 3, 20, 1, 14, 7, 12, 5. These are what? These are the associated numbers. 27, 5, 22, 3, 16, 9, 14 and the 7. Right? Now again what we have to do, we have to analyze the pattern which is applied over here. Plus 2, 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 and I guess overall there is a logic of plus 2. Which logic we applied over here? We have just applied the logic of plus 2, and we need to apply the same logic with the word rhombus. We need to apply the same logic with the word rhombus. The associated numbers of these alphabets are 18, 8, 15, 13, 2, 21 and 19. Plus 2, it will become 20, 20 is associated with T, 10, 10 is associated with J, 15, 17 associated with Q. So my answer should be start with T, J, Q. T, J, Q, T, J, Q. Okay, we are still left with 3 options. Plus 2, it will become 15. 15 is associated with O. Plus 2, 4. 4 is associated with D. The next 2 letters that I need is OD. That means option number C is the correct one. Don't forget to use the elimination approach whenever you are solving any kind of question. It's not like you can only able to apply the elimination approach in the reasoning section. You can apply the this elimination approach in any of the topic that you are having, or mainly if you are having any question which is like theoretical, you can easily able to apply it, because with the help of elimination approach we can increase our accuracy, right? So you can solve it further by adding plus 2 in it, and ultimately you will get your answer. Next. The next question says that in a certain code language, if the word sphere is coded as this one, then how is the word exhibition coded in that language? So what we are doing over here, we are having a word sphere. Right? We are having a word sphere. Now this word sphere is coded as E-R-E-H-P-S. Now if you will observe these codes carefully, you got to know that we are using the same alphabets. The same alphabets we are using in the coded one which we used in an actual word, which is nothing but sphere. If you will notice, we just wrote it in the reverse order. What we did, we just wrote it in the reverse order. Right? So what we need to do, we just simply need to write down the exhibition again in the reverse order. So I need EXH, 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 okay. IBI, 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 that means option number D is the correct one. Option number D is the correct one. Right, so these are the some possible ways which we are trying to convey through these examples, which are like frequently asked by the examiner in the exams, right, in the different exams. Again, I am repeating this line. It is not like if you are preparing for only RRB or if you are preparing for some other competitive exams, then these sessions are again useful for you, because the pattern will remain same. In the reasoning sections, the logic or the basic things will remain same, only there is a difference of the level in the particular questions, right. Next, the next question says that in a certain code language, if the word rejection is coded as this one, then how is the word mechanic coded in that language? So again, the same procedure will follow. What we need to do, first we need to figure out what is the logic behind it, right. So here we are having a word rejection, and it is coded as S G M I H Z P W W. Okay, so now what we have to do, we have to write down the associated numbers. 18, 5, 10, 5, 3, 20, 9, 15 and the 14, right. Here we are having 19, 7, 13, 9, 8, 26, 16, 23 and 23. Okay, so here there is a logic of plus 1, plus 1, plus 2. Here we are having a logic of plus 3, plus 4, I guess the number is continuously increasing, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6, plus 7, plus 8 and plus 9. So basically what we need to do, we just simply need to increase the number by 1 and we keep on adding the difference, right. So the next word that we are having is mechanic. The associated number are 13, 5, 3, 8, 1, 14, 9 and 3, right. So now what we have to do, we just have to replicate the same logic over here, plus 1. 14, 14 is associated with N, plus 2, 7, 7 is associated with G. Next plus 3, that will become 6, 6 is associated with F, N, G, F. NGF. Next, plus 4, 12, 12 is associated with L, 12. Option number A is the correct one. Option number A is the correct one. Through this, you can easily able to identify the correct option even without solving the whole question. Whenever you are having these kind of logics, right? You can easily able to eliminate options and you can get your correct one. Next. The next question is, in a certain code language, if the word player is coded as this one, then how is the word manager coded in that language? Okay, so let's try to figure out. I guess we have used the same alphabets that we are having in a word player. Okay, I guess we have written the vowels first. These are the two vowels, right? We have written these vowels first, but what is the logic in this one? But if you will notice here, we just wrote it in, we just wrote all the alphabets in the alphabetical order, right? Or we can say according to the associated numbers. If we do talk about the associated numbers, it is nothing but 16, 12, 1, 25, 5 and 18, right? These are the actual associated numbers. Now, if you will check these, we got 1, 5, 12, 16, 18 or 25. So, we can say that either we just arrange them in the alphabetical order, right? or maybe we just arrange the numbers in the ascending order. Now we need to apply the same logic with the word manager. So here the spelling is M-A-N-A-G-E-R. So we know that these two A comes first. So A, after that we are having E, then we are having G, then we are having M-N, and in the ending we are having R, right? So double A-E-G, double A-E-G, M. Option number C is the correct one. Option number C is the correct one. So it is quite easy to get the answer if you know the logic. If you know the logic, or if you can easily able to get the pattern, then it's quite easy for you to get the answer, right? Next one. The next question says that in a certain code language, if the number 1 is assigned to all the letters in the odd numbered places in the alphabet and the remaining letters are assigned number 2, then what is the code for the word Indian? Okay. So the spelling that we are having is Indian, right? Now the question is saying that if the number 1 is assigned to all the letters in odd numbered places in the alphabets, okay, and the remaining one, okay, for the odd one. So for that what we need to do, we need to write down the associated numbers 19, 14, 4, 9, 1, 14. So for the odd ones, what we have to do, we have to write 1 for them. 1, 1, 1. And for the even one, what we have to do, we have to write 2, right? Are we having this in our option? 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2? Yes. Option number D is the correct one. Option number D is the correct one. If you want to solve such kind of questions quickly, it's quite better if you will go through the associated number, as you can easily able to observe this. I'm able to write down all the associated numbers quickly, and I can easily able to detect the pattern as well, right? If I'm not able to remember the associated numbers, then what I have to do, I have to write down the whole alphabets in a corner, and continuously I have to turn the pages just to get the logic, right? So it's quite better if you will remember it, it will ultimately help you. So the next word is cricket, and what is the question? The question is saying that in a certain code language, if the word cricket is coded as 3923564, it is coded in this way, and the rocket is coded as this one, okay. Rocket is coded as 913564, and the cattle is coded as, okay, there's one more clue. Cattle is coded as 5644 564406, right? These are the codes which is given over here. Now the question is asking, then how is the little is coded? Okay, coded in that language. So we can easily able to detect the pattern over here. Here what we did, we just use the letter number coding, and if you will observe here, we are having double T and both of them are coded as 4, right? If you will observe, we have used 3 for C, right? Apart from that, E. Through this pattern, you can easily able to cross check. So basically, what we did, we have just used a specific number for a specific alphabet, and what we need to do, we need to find out the code for little. So for L, we are having a word, letter 0. For the I, we are having 2. For the T, we are having 4, and for the L again, we are having 0, and for the E, we are having 6. So my answer is 024406. Option number B is the correct one. Option number B is the correct one, right? It's quite easy. Very good. Very good mark. Very good Mansa, right? Next. The next one is, in a certain code, if the word sum is coded as this one and the word name is coded as this one, then what is the code of for worm in that language? Again, what we have to do, we have to observe the pattern. If you will observe over here, the same alphabet we have used. The same alphabet we have used over here, so it is quite easy to detect the pattern. Here we are having a word sum, right? It is coded as M-S-E-O, right? And another word is name, which is written like M-N-E-A, right? Like this, okay. So, this S is transferred over here. The third letter comes in the front. The second one goes at the fourth position and the last one comes at the third position. Are we having the same pattern over here? The first goes at the second, third comes at the first, second goes in the last and last goes in the third. Now, we need to apply the same logic with the word worm. The third one comes first, that means R. The first one comes at the second, W. After that, we are having M and the second goes in the last, this one, RWMA. Option number C is the correct one. Option number C is the correct one. Very good mark, very good answer, right? Next. The next question says that in a certain code language, if the word letter is coded as this one, then how is the word decide coded in that language? Again, what we have to do, we just simply have to determine the logic first and we have to replicate the same logic with the asked one, right? So, here the word is letter. Now, what I am going to do, I am just going to write down the associated numbers 12, 5, 20, 25, 18, right? It is coded as M, U, F, F, U, S. Associated numbers are 13, 21, 6, 6, 21 and 19, right? So, what is the logic behind this one? Okay, so this is nothing but here we are having the plus 1. The difference is quite huge, but if you will see here, these numbers are quite nearby, plus 1, right? Plus 1 in this cross format, and again in the last we have just used plus 1, right? So, this is the logic that we need to apply with the word decide. Four, 5, 3, 9, 4, 5, right? Plus 1, it will become 5, that means my answer should be start with E. Here 6, that means F. So, my answer should be start with E and ends with 6, F. E, F. That means option number D is the correct one, but what we have to do, I just need to check it. So, here plus 1, that means D, F, F, J. Okay, I guess there's some error over here. It should be double F. It should be double F, right? It should be double F in the last one. Very good mark, very good Shiva, but there's some correction in the option number D. It should be double F, right? Next. The next question says that in a certain code language, kite, night, write, might means this one. Might, wait, sight, 8 means this one. Night, 8, boat, right means this one, and boat, not, wait, night means this one. Then what is the code for the word not? So, whenever we are having these kind of questions, what approach we should apply over here? We just simply need to focus on the most common word we are having over here, and for that what we have to do, we have to find out the most commonly used code, and accordingly we have to find out the codes for each and every given word. So I'm just waiting for your answer, what code you are getting for the word not, and let me know what answer you people are getting. Okay, Mark, let's see whether you got the correct answer or not. So the common word that I can see over here is might. In the first two clues, I got a common word over here is might, and I guess it is somewhere else also. Might, no. So for the might, the common code that we are having over here is cap, right? So we can say that for the word might, the code that we have used is cap, right? Next, the next one that we are having over here is wait. Sorry. Apart from that, there's nothing common in between these two. So the code that we are having over here is VAP. Right? The next one. The next code that we are having over here is 8. The common clue that we are having over here is zap. So basically this option is eliminated. In the code second, we can easily able to see that we are only left with one word, that is site, and only one code, that is yep. So site is coded as YAP, right? That means we are done with this clue. Now in the next one, we can say that the next common codes that we are having over here is night, right? The next one is night, but there's one more thing which is we are having boat and boat also over here. Okay. But here we are having night over here also. Wait. Right? So through this we can easily able to get the code for the night, and the code for the night is SAP. For the word night, we are having a code SAP. Right? For the word boat, the common clue that we are having in both of them is yup. And the last one, we are only left with not word, and the only code is lap, which is nothing but correct. And in the first one, we are left with two words, I guess. Right and a kite. And I guess in the third one, we are only left with the right, and the code for the right is tap. So for the code for kite is nothing but map. So basically these are all the clues that we are having over here, and accordingly we got our answer as option number A. We got our answer as option number A. So whenever we are having these kind of questions, this is the easiest approach which we can apply over here just to get the accurate answer. Just simply need to focus on the common word and the common code that you are having in a certain given clues, and accordingly you have to figure out your answer. Next. Okay, so in this one you can use the same codes, and we have to find out what can be coded as sap, tap, map, pop. So I guess pop is a new word which is not given over here. So for the new code we need to use a new word. So what answer you people are getting for this one? Any one of you? What answer we people are getting for this one? Option C. Okay, for the sap, we need night. For the tap, we need write. For the map, I need kite. And as I said, pop is a new code, so we need a new word for it. Night, write, kite. Night, 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 write, kite. Okay. Night. Yes, option number C, I guess site is not used. Yes, option number C is the correct one. This site is a new word which is not mentioned over here, and for the pop, what we want a new word, because this is a new code, and for the new code we want a new word. Similarly, for a new word we want a new code. Next. The next one is saying that in a certain code, this means grave and concern, this means everybody else, and this means body and soul. What is a code for every concern? What we need to do, we need to find out what is a code for word every concern. What answer people are getting for this one? It's a very easy one. Very good, Neil. Very good, Keval. Let's see. So, what are the common words we are having over here? The first common word that I can see over here is and, right? And the common clue that we are having over here is MUK, right? So, for the and, we are having MUK. Okay, the next one. And the next one that we can see over here is body, right? Here we are having body, and the common clue that we are having for body is so. Now in the last one we are only left with the word soul, and the only code that we are having is TUR, right? Okay, and for every else and grave concern. Okay, that means we are not having the specific codes, but we can say that for either grave or concern, we are using a code either that is either NEE or pick, but we are not sure which word is used for which code, right? Similarly, for every and else, the codes that we are having over here is L or DIC, right? But again, we are not able to determine the specific code, and the question is saying that we need to find out the answer for every concern. So, for the every concern, the codes may be NEE, DIC, NEE, L, it may be pick, DIC, or maybe pick, L. Any one of them may be true, but as we are not having the specific code, so the answer is cannot be determined. The answer is cannot be determined, right? Next. The next one is saying that in a certain code language, display is written as this one. How is grouped written in that code? Very good, Shiva. Very good, Neil. Very good, Mark. The correct option over there is option number D, as we are not having the specific code. So, in such scenario, we have to go with option number like D, cannot be determined, right? Now, just try to figure out the answer for this one, as the code is saying that here we are having word display and we use this code for this one. So, what is the code used for the word grouped? Let's try to figure out what logic we have applied over here. Display. The code is R H C Q Z B M, right? So logic क्या लग रहा है यहाँ पे? 4, 9, 19, 16, 12, 1 and 25, right? These are the what? These are the associated numbers. 18, 8, 3, 17, 26, 2, 13. These are what? These are the associated number of these codes. So let's try to figure out what is the logic we are having. So if you will see here, we need to apply the cross logic in the in a group of 3 alphabets. -1, -1, -1, right? +1. Okay, this time we have done +1. Initially we applied -1, in the ending we have applied +1, and in between again we have applied a logic of +1 over here. Okay. Now we need to apply the same logic with the word grouped. Right? 7, 18, 15, 21, 16, 5 and 4. So initially we have to apply a logic of -1. So it should be 6. 6 is associated with F. 14 associated with N, and this should be 17, which is associated with Q. So my answer should be start with NQF. NQF. Now +1, it will become V, right? Now again there's a logic of +1 which I need to apply over here. So here we got 5. 5 is associated with E. VE. VE. Option number C is the correct one. Option number C is the correct one. Very good, Mansa. Very good, Shiva. Very good, Mark. Right? Option number C is the correct one. Next. The next word is saying that if Zoozle is coded as this one, then what will be the code for the word Google? It's quite easy. If you can able to get the logic or the thing over here, then you can easily able to get the answer also. So what answer you are getting over here? इसका क्या आंसर आ रहा है? बहुत सिंपल सा लॉजिक है. अगर अच्छे से देखेंगे तो क्लियरली आंसर विजिबल हो रहा है. Option B. Let's see. So here we are having Z O O Z L E. L E. L E. If you know the associated numbers, you can easily able to write down 26, 15, 15, 26, 12 and the 5 over here. Now if you will see the logic over here, 5, 12, 26, 15, 15, 26. Basically what we did, we just written all the associated number in the reverse order. So if I have to write down the associated number over here, 7, 15, 15, 7, 12, 5. My answer should be start with 5. 5, 12, 5, 12, 5, 12, 5, 12, okay. After that 7, 7, 7, 15, 15, 15, 15 and 7, 7, okay. Wait. Both option number A and B are same. Okay. Both of them are correct. Option number A and B both are same, so both are the correct options. Option number A and B both are the correct one, right? Next. The next one is saying that if Kareem is coded as this one, then what will be the code for this particular word? Yes, both option number A and B both are the correct one. Now try to solve this one. If Kareem is coded as this one, then what will be the code for a word this one? quite easy. As I've told you, if you know the associated numbers, you can easily able to solve all these kind of questions. This word is Kareem, right? The associated numbers are 11, 1, 18, 9 and 13. Now this is coded as 12, 0, 0, 19, 0, 8 and the 14. Now what you need to do, you just simply need to observe. Plus 1, minus 1, plus 1, minus 1 and the plus 1. So basically you have applied a logic of plus 1, minus 1 alternatively. You need to apply the same logic with the word this one. The actual associated numbers are 12, 1, 14, 7, 18, 1. We need to start with the plus 1. So 13, 0, 0, minus 1 and the minus 1, right? Here plus 1, that means it will become 19, 0, 6 and plus 1. So it will become 15. My answer should be 13, 00, 15, 13, 13, 00, 15, 06, 19, 00. Option number A is the correct one. Option number A is the correct one. Very good, Mansa. Right? It's quite easy. All we need to do is we just simply need to understand the logic or determine the logic, and we need to apply the same logic in the asked one. Next. The next question is saying that if Ram is coded as 30 and Rahim is coded as 46, then what will be the code for the word Christ? So again, what we need to do, we just simply need to understand the logic behind it and we need to get the answer of it. Very good, Shiva. Very good, smart. Now try to solve this particular question and let me know what answer you people are getting. "66." Let's see. So here we are having a word Ram, right? So the associated numbers are 18, 1, 1 and the 13, right? So if you will see, it will become 20, 20 and 13. It is nothing but 33. But it is written as 30, right? It is written as 30. So there is a subtraction of 3. There is a subtraction of 3 from it just to get this number 30. Okay. We are just going to check, is the same logic applied with the Rahim? So 18, 1, 8, 9 and 13. Okay. So we can see this here, what we are getting. Okay, this is 20, this one and this one. It will become 22. 21, 22, yes, 22 and this will become 27, right? When you add these values, you will get 49, right? You will get 49. And here the sum is, or the number is given as 46, which is nothing but on a subtraction of 3. That means the logic which is applied with both the given clues is same. So we need to apply the same logic with the word Christ. The word Christ. So 3, 18, 9, 19 and the 20, right? Okay. So this is nothing but 12, 12 and 18, this is nothing but 30, right? 30 and 20, which is nothing but 50, 50 and 19, this is nothing but 69. What we need to do next? We need to subtract 3 from it and ultimately we will get 66. Ultimately we will get 66. Option number B is the correct one. Option number B is the correct one, right? Very good, smart, very good, Mansa, right? Next. The next question says that the group of some letters has been given. Every letter has been given a digit. Arrange all the letters so that a meaningful word appears and indicate the option given code below. So here what we are having some codes with the letters we are having, and we need to make a meaningful word. So what is the correct answer? It's a very easy one. You only need to make a meaningful word out of these letters. Very good, Mark. The answer is shark. So here we are having S R A H K. It's not a meaningful word. Option is eliminated. The next one is S K A R N H. Again, no. This one is shark. That means option number C is the correct one. If you are going to check this one, then you can write it as S H R A K, right? So the only meaningful word that you got over here is shark, and which is given in the option number C. Next. The next question says that if each of the letter in the English alphabet is assigned an even numeral value beginning from A equals to 2, B equals to 4 and so on, what will be the total value of the letters for the word India? What you need to do, you just simply need to write down the associated numbers first and just simply multiply them by 2 just to get the correct answer. So what answer you people are getting over here? Here for the India, we can write it like this, right? There are two methods. First, write down the actual associated numbers 9, 14, 4, 9 and 1. Now just multiply each of them by 2. This is the first approach. So it will become 18, 28, 8, 18 and 2. 18 and 18, that is nothing but 36. Here it will become 10 and this will become 46. We are still left with 28, so just simply add 28 in it. 6 and 8, that is nothing but 14, 4 and the 1 is carry forward and 74. Right? This is the first approach where what you have applied, you have just doubled all this number which is mentioned over here and you just added them up. Or you can also do one thing, first find out the addition of this one, 10 and this will become 18, right? And this will become 19. So 19 plus 18. This is nothing but here we got 7 and 37. Now just multiply this number by 2 and ultimately you will get the 74. So you can apply either of the approach. All you need to understand is instead of assigning all the even values to all the alphabets, what you are doing, you are just multiplying the associated number by 2 just to make it an even one. Just to make it an even number, right? Very good, Mark. Very good, Smart. Very good, Shiva. Very good, Mansa, right? Next. Again, it's a very easy one. In a certain code language, if the word summer is coded as this one and the word motion is coded as this one, then how can the word sector be coded? What we need to do, we need to find out the code for the word sector. Okay, let's see, Mansa. So if you will see here, instead of writing the whole word over here, we can say that here for the M, we are using 2 hash, right? In this one also we are having hash for M. That means we got to know that what logic we are using. We are using letter to codes, right? Okay, so for the S we are having ohm, right? For the E we are having 1. For the C I guess C is not mentioned. Okay, we are keeping C it like this only. For the T, third word, that means the percent symbol. For OR, for the O we are using dollar, and for the R we are using 7, right? So I need these one. Ohm 1. Option number D is the correct one. Option number D is the correct one, right? Option number D is the correct one. Very good, Mansa, very good, Mark, very good, Shiva, right? Next. The next question says that in a certain code language, poetry is coded as this one and over is coded as this one, then how is more written in that code? We need to find out what code we have used for the word more. Any one of you in the comment section? Okay, let's see. Here we are having poetry. Right? How many letters we are having in it? 6, right? And the code that we are having over here is having 7 letters. So the letters are Q, O, N, D, S, Q, X, right? The same thing follows with the word over, or we can say the next clue, over. How many letters we are having? 4 letters or 4 alphabets. And in the code we are having 5. P, N, U, D, Q. How we are coding it? If you are going to write down the associated number, you can easily able to get the logic. Now just see, -1, -1, -1, -1 and the -1. But just for the first letter we are having +1 and -1 both. Right? The same follows over here, 15, 22, 5 and 18. 17, 4, 21, 14 and the 16, right? Okay. So here -1, -1, -1, -1 and the +1, right? So we need to apply the same logic with the word more, with the same logic on word more. 13, 15, 18, 5. +1, it will become 14, 14 is associated with N. -1, 12, 12 is associated with L. -1 N, -1 Q, -1 D. So this will be my answer. NLN, NLN, QD. Option number C is the correct one. Option number C is the correct one. Very good, Mark. Right? All we need to do is we just simply need to understand the logic and we have to apply the same logic in the given word. Next. The next question is saying that if white is called rain, rain is called green, green is called blue, blue is called cloud, cloud is called red, red is called sky, sky is called yellow and yellow is called black. What is the color of blood? Whenever you are having these kind of questions, first focus on the right answer. The color of the blood is red. But in this particular question, red is called as sky. That means my correct answer is sky. Option number D is the correct one. Option number D is the correct one, right? Next. The next one is saying that if acne can be coded as this one, then boil be coded as. Okay, so what answer you people are getting over here? Yes, sky is the correct one. It's a very easy one. If acne is coded as this one, then boil be coded as. Okay, option number D, let's see. So here we are having acne and it is coded as 3, 7, 29, 11. Okay. If we do talk about the associated numbers 1, 3, 14 and the 5. If you will observe it carefully, you got to know that whatever the numbers that we are having is nothing but the double of the associated number plus 1, right? Double of it and plus 1 in each of them. Double of 1 is 2, 2 plus 1, 3. Double of 3 is 6, 6 plus 1, 7. 14 and 14, 28, 28 plus 1, 29. 5 and 5, 10, 10 plus 1, 11. So basically what we did, we just simply multiplied by 2 and after that what we did, we just added 1 in it just to get the final result. So we need to apply the same logic with the word boil. So 2, 15, 9, 12, right? These are the words. So 2 into 2 that is 4, 4 plus 1, 5, 15, 30, 31, 18, 19, 25, right? So my answer should be 5, 31, 19, 25. Option number D is the correct one. Option number D is the correct one, right? Yes, double plus 1 is my correct logic. Very good. Next. The next one is saying that if request is written as this one, then how will acid be written? We need to find out how we are going to write down the acid with the help of such logic. See, here what we are having a word request. Okay, if you will see this word carefully, you got to know that we just assign number to the vowels only. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? We just assign the numbers to the vowels only and here we are having 5 vowels A, E, I, O, U. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So for E we use 2 and for the U we have used 5 according to this logic. But what is the logic with the alphabets? So here 18, 17, 19, 20. Here we have used S which is nothing but 19, that means plus 1. Here R 18 plus 1. Here T 20 plus 1 and U 21 plus 1. So the logic with the consonants that we have used in this particular logic is of plus 1 and we just replace the vowels with the numbers like this. Now we need to code acid. So here we have to use 1 and for the I we have to use 3, right? 3, 4 we just simply need to add 1 in it. So it will become D and it will become E. 1D, 3E. That means option number D, none of these. Option number D is the correct one, right? Option number D is the correct one. A very good evening to all of you. Very good, Sumanti, very good. Okay, there's one person. Okay, civil, I guess. Very good, Mark, very good, Shiva, right? Next. The next question says that if Go is written as 32 and she is written as 49, then sum will be equal to. So what answer you people are getting over here? Any one of you? What answer you people are getting over here? Okay, let's see. Here we are having Go, which is coded as 32, but how? Right? If I am going to write down the associated numbers over here, then it should be 7 and it should be 15. If I am going to add them up, at that point also I am only getting 22. So I can say that maybe there is a gap of plus 10 in it. Right? I can think. Now let's try with the she. 19, 8, 5 and it is coded as 49. Right? Okay. 19 and 8, that is nothing but 27. 27 plus 5, which is nothing but 32. And the difference in between these two is not of 10. That means this logic is not correct. We need to change our logic. Okay. Now, instead of going the actual associated numbers, what if we will take the numbers of their opposite pairs? So, I know that the opposite pair of G is T and the opposite pair of O is L, right? I know these are what? These are the opposite pairs. Now, the associated number of T is nothing but 20 and the associated number of L is 12, and when I add them up, I will get 32, which is nothing but mentioned over here, right? The same logic we will check with she. The opposite pair of S is H and the opposite pair of S is H. And here the opposite pair of E is V. So the associated number are 8, 19 and here 22. This will become 30, 30 plus 19, which is nothing but 49. We got the logic. Basically we are not using the actual associated numbers, we are using the numbers of the opposite pairs. Now we need to find out the sum or the code that we need to use for the sum. So SOME, opposite pair are H, L, N, V, 8, 12, 14 and the 22. This is nothing but 20 and this is nothing but the 36. When you add them up, you will get 56. Option number A is the correct one. Option number A is the correct one. Very good Naresh, very good Raju, very good Mark, right? The correct answer over here is your option number A. Now there are two questions for your homework. So this is the first one where what you need to do, you just simply need to find out the code for the Australia must test. So again we know that what we have to do whenever we are having such kind of questions, we need to focus on the most common word that we are having and accordingly we need to find out the codes, right? So what you can do, you can just simply pause this video over here only and you can take a screenshot, and this is the second one. So basically these are the two questions that you need to solve in your homework and do more and more practice. What we are going to do in the next sessions, we are again going to pick one topic and we are going to practice some of the questions based on it. So with this one, I am just winding up this lecture over here only. We will meet in the next lecture. Till then, keep smiling, stay safe, bye-bye, and thank you so much for watching this video.